Welcome back to the Jonestead. I'm Mary. Today is Friday, September 5th, 2025. And the reason I have this pine cone in my hand and Kona behind me is if I throw it right now, she will bark through the whole video. And I had somebody upset with me for holding it so long in a previous video, so I was explaining why. I can't guarantee that she won't bark, but she keeps her eyes fixated on the pine cone. So we'll see how far we can get. But again, I hope you all are having a great Friday. And this morning, of course, the unemployment numbers came out, and unemployment came in at 4.3%, another increase. So we're seeing the labor market continue its slowdown. And what should really upset everybody is the market, of course, is cheering for this unemployment number to go up. And a lot of elected officials are cheering for the American people to hurt, because they want you unemployed so that they can force the Fed to lower rates so that they can flood more money into the system. And what happens when they do that is we get more inflation. The other thing, it also tends to loosen up terms for people applying for loans. And so you end up with people getting loans that shouldn't, and then they default. We saw this happening in 2008. So I think it should infuriate the American people that our government and the markets are cheering for you to suffer, for you to be unemployed, and for us not to have a really booming economy where we're encouraging entrepreneurs and we're growing businesses and reducing the imposition of government. So, it's just an upside down world we live in right now. It's been like that for quite a while. I kind of thought we'd see the ship going in a better direction than we are right now by now. And I'm waiting. Still haven't seen it. And so we also have our national debt is still at $37 trillion. And if you go on the U.S. debt clock, it is continuing to go up, up, up. So are our unfunded liabilities. And so we're not seeing any of the spending slowing down. And we're not seeing any money going towards paying down the debt. And then, of course, yesterday, it's just been one of those weeks. I turned on the news, and there was President Trump with Zuckerberg on one side and Bill Gates on the other side, talking to him about how they're going to pump money in to grow AI. And you all know these AI data centers, they suck water and they suck electricity, resources, and then they turn around and they expect you to pay for it. And I must say, those two sitting on either side of the president at the White House is the last place those two should be. And I will just leave it at that. And then we had Kennedy, the Secretary of Health and Human Services, testifying on Capitol Hill, getting screamed at by Elizabeth Warren, even though she gets a ton of money from the pharmaceutical industry. And then Senator Tim Kaine of Virginia, which is the Commonwealth that I live in, he was bemoaning that there are American citizens that don't believe their rights come from government and law, and that how dare their rights come from their creator. And he was comparing that to what the Iranian theology is. So that's how our founders were seeing it. He obviously, honestly, in my opinion, he should not be serving an elected office. He's not qualified. He obviously does not support the Constitution of the United States of America. So again, more evidence, upside down and backwards. And in addition to that theme, we've seen all week these governors and mayors, they're double downing on how they have to have bad crime in their communities. And it's like that news reporter standing with the Rite Aid booming on fire behind him, and he's talking about mostly peaceful protesters. And here they don't want, if you listen to what they say, I'd say watch what's actually happening. Don't listen to what they're telling you, because they're lying. They lie. It's unbelievable how they lie. And it's just really, really concerning. And we're also seeing inflation numbers. Inflation is continuing to rise month over month. And families are having a harder time making it at the grocery store. The costs of meats are going through the roof. And honestly, a lot of the food that is in the grocery stores, you don't even know where that food came from. You don't even know what's in it. You can't pronounce pretty much anything that's in it either. So just, you have to use caution when you're making decisions on what food you're buying and for your family. And it's safer actually to, I would be eating at home more. So, you know, I don't want to be all doom and gloom, but it is the reality of where our country is. However, we still have the greatest country in the world, and I believe that it is worth standing up for and fighting for, and we really need to be praying for our country. All the individuals, we all need to be actually getting in better shape, getting stronger. Do what you can. Just go, you know, even if it's go take a 5-minute walk to start with, because we Americans, we need to stand up and we need to be strong, not just mentally, spiritually, but also physically. And so do what you can. And, you know, and also a lot of people I hear, I need to be inspired to do it. No, just go do it. Just, I hate to sound like a Nike commercial, but just go do it, and it becomes a routine, and you almost can't not do it. So that's what I would suggest. Also, get out of debt as best you can, so to prepare your family, because we're seeing gold and silver going up, the dollar, the value is going down, and our country is in a tremendous amount of debt. And so we have to be, as our individuals, doing what we can to protect our families and make sure that we are as protected and self-sufficient as possible. And also, we've got the weekend coming up. If you have time, you're not working, take time to sit down, think about things that you can get extras of this weekend, go out and do some shopping. You can still find bargains out there. You know, for example, I went to Aldi's, I went to Aldi's the other day and got skinless, boneless chicken breast for $2.50 a pound. Now, I used to be able to get it for $1.99 a pound all day long, but now it's almost $4 a pound. So $2.50 was a good deal. So I picked up 3 or 4 family packs, and then I separate them out and freeze them, and then I pull them out as I have them. So, and you know, start thinking about winter preps, and think in general about how you would handle if you have a bad storm, if your power goes out, if you have one of those AI stations being built in your backyard and they're sucking all your water and your electricity, what do you do? So anyway, but I hope you all found this information helpful. And remember, the United States is still the greatest country in the world. We're built on foundation. Our forefathers built our country on the foundations of our Creator and freedom and liberty for individuals. So have a great day. Look forward to talking to you all again soon.